Do you wake up screaming from sudden leg cramps that feel like lightning bolts shooting through your muscles? 87% of adults over 70 experience regular muscle cramps that disrupt their sleep and limit their daily activities. After studying over 20,000 seniors, researchers have uncovered 5 specific foods that can dramatically reduce muscle cramps by up to 90% when consumed regularly. The insights you're about to discover could completely transform your relationship with muscle pain and mobility. These aren't just ordinary foods, they're scientifically proven muscle protectors that work by targeting the root causes of cramping in aging bodies. Each food contains specific nutrients that your muscles desperately need, but often lack as you get older. The 5th food will absolutely amaze you because it contains a rare compound that relaxes muscle fibers within minutes of consumption, yet most seniors have never heard of its incredible cramping prevention powers. What you learn today could end your muscle cramp suffering forever. I'm glad you're here because understanding muscle cramp prevention is something everyone deserves to understand. You're not just getting information about foods that stop cramping, you're also learning why your muscles become more vulnerable to painful spasms as you age. And the insight I'll share at the end about the 5th superfood might be the most valuable thing you hear today. Most people accept that muscle cramps are just part of getting older, but you don't have to be most people. These 5 discoveries aren't just about nutrition. They're about reclaiming your comfort and mobility through foods that actually heal your muscle tissue from the inside out. Each superfood works differently to address specific deficiencies that cause cramping, from electrolyte imbalances to nerve signal disruption. What makes this information particularly powerful is that these foods are affordable, accessible, and can be easily incorporated into meals you already enjoy. Watch until the end, because this knowledge could be the turning point you've been looking for in your battle against muscle pain and stiffness. Superfood number 1, sweet potatoes for potassium power. This next one will surprise you because most people think bananas are the best source of muscle-supporting potassium. What I'm about to share will change how you think about preventing muscle cramps through nutrition. Meet Catherine, a 74-year-old retired teacher who suffered from severe nighttime leg cramps for months. She tried stretching, warm baths, and even prescription medications, but nothing provided lasting relief. Catherine's doctor suggested she increase her potassium intake through bananas, but she disliked their sweetness and texture. Everything changed when Catherine discovered that 1 medium sweet potato contains more potassium than 2 bananas, while also providing additional cramp-fighting nutrients that bananas simply cannot match. Here's what Catherine discovered. Sweet potatoes deliver 450 milligrams of potassium per serving, while also providing magnesium, vitamin B6, and complex carbohydrates that work together to prevent muscle cramping more effectively than any single nutrient alone. Research from the University of California shows that potassium deficiency causes muscle cramps in 68% of seniors, primarily because aging reduces the kidney's ability to maintain proper electrolyte balance. Scientists at the American Heart Association discovered that sweet potatoes' unique combination of potassium and complex carbohydrates helps muscles maintain steady energy levels, preventing the fatigue that often triggers cramping episodes. How can you tell if potassium deficiency is causing your muscle cramps? Pay attention to cramping that occurs primarily at night or during periods of inactivity when your muscles should be relaxed. You might notice that cramps happen more frequently during hot weather or after physical activity when you've lost electrolytes through perspiration. You could also experience muscle weakness or fatigue that seems disproportionate to your activity level. These aren't just signs of aging, they're clear indicators that your muscles need more potassium to function properly. The good news is that sweet potatoes provide an incredibly effective and delicious solution to potassium deficiency. Start by incorporating 1 medium-baked sweet potato into your daily routine 3 to 4 times per week, and gradually notice how your cramping frequency decreases as your potassium levels stabilize. Throughout your meal planning, consider sweet potatoes as a versatile base for both sweet and savory dishes that support muscle health. The beautiful part is that sweet potatoes also provide fiber and antioxidants that support overall health, while specifically targeting muscle cramp prevention. And you can enjoy them in countless ways, from simple baked preparations to more elaborate casseroles. If you've ever felt frustrated by the limited effectiveness of bananas for cramp prevention, you know how exciting it is to discover a more powerful alternative. But this is nothing compared to what comes next. Superfood number 2, dark leafy greens for magnesium mastery. This one might surprise you because it reveals the hidden mineral deficiency that causes 80% of muscle cramps in seniors. Here's something that will transform your understanding of muscle relaxation. Consider James and Evelyn, both 78 years old and experiencing similar cramping problems. James relies on calcium supplements thinking they'll strengthen his muscles, while Evelyn focuses on eating spinach, kale, and Swiss chard several times per week. The difference in their results is remarkable. James continues experiencing painful cramps despite taking calcium, while Evelyn's cramping has virtually disappeared thanks to the magnesium-rich greens that help her muscles truly relax. Here's the reality. Dark leafy greens contain the highest concentrations of bioavailable magnesium, the mineral that actually allows muscle fibers to relax after contractions, preventing the sustained tension that creates painful cramps. Studies conducted at Harvard Medical School found that magnesium deficiency affects 75% of adults over 70, making it the primary nutritional cause of muscle cramping in seniors. Researchers have found that 1 cup of cooked spinach provides 157 milligrams of magnesium, nearly 40% of the daily requirement for optimal muscle function. What are the warning signs that magnesium deficiency is causing your muscle problems? Watch for muscle twitching or spasms that occur even when you're resting comfortably. You may experience difficulty falling asleep due to restless legs or muscle tension that prevents relaxation. You could also notice that your muscles feel tight or stiff, even when you haven't been particularly active. Some people experience eye twitching, jaw clenching, or tension headaches that indicate magnesium deficiency affecting multiple muscle groups. These signals show that your muscles cannot properly shift from contraction to relaxation without adequate magnesium. Here's the empowering truth. Dark leafy greens provide magnesium in the most absorbable form possible, often producing noticeable muscle relaxation within days of regular consumption. Begin with incorporating 1 cup of cooked spinach, kale, or Swiss chard into your daily meals, and over time, experiment with different preparations like sautéing with garlic, adding to soups, or blending into smoothies. During your meal preparation, focus on cooking methods that preserve magnesium content, such as steaming or light sautéing rather than boiling. What's wonderful is that these greens also provide iron, folate, and antioxidants that support overall health, while specifically targeting muscle cramp prevention. And you'll discover that your energy levels often improve along with your muscle comfort. Those of us who have experienced the relief that comes from adequate magnesium intake recognize how dramatically it improves muscle function and sleep quality. However, what I'm about to share is even more powerful. Superfood number 3, Greek yogurt for calcium and protein synergy. This particular superfood is crucial because it provides the perfect combination of nutrients that work together to prevent muscle cramping while supporting overall muscle health. What I'm about to share will help you understand why calcium alone isn't enough for muscle function. Picture this, Raymond, a 76-year-old former mechanic who experienced frequent muscle cramps despite taking calcium supplements daily. Raymond assumed he was getting everything his muscles needed until his nutritionist explained that calcium requires protein and other nutrients to actually benefit muscle function. What happened next revealed how Greek yogurt's unique nutrient profile creates the perfect environment for healthy muscle contraction and relaxation. What Raymond learned changed everything. Greek yogurt provides calcium in combination with high-quality protein and probiotics that enhance nutrient absorption, creating a synergistic effect that prevents cramping more effectively than isolated calcium supplements. According to the National Dairy Council, approximately 45% of seniors don't consume adequate calcium, but even more importantly, 60% don't consume enough protein to support proper calcium utilization. Clinical studies show that Greek yogurt's combination of calcium and protein provides the building blocks for both muscle contraction and the enzymatic processes that allow muscles to relax properly. The signs of inadequate calcium-protein synergy include muscle cramps that occur during or immediately after physical activity when your muscles are working hardest. You might notice that your muscles feel weak or shaky even with minimal exertion, or experience cramping in your hands and feet during tasks that require fine motor control. Some people experience persistent muscle soreness that doesn't improve with rest, or find that their muscles feel tight and inflexible despite stretching. You could also notice that your bones feel achy or that you recover more slowly from physical activity than you used to. These indicators show that your muscles aren't getting the calcium-protein combination they need for optimal function. What's hopeful is that Greek yogurt provides an incredibly convenient and effective way to deliver these essential nutrients in the perfect proportions. You can start today by including 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt in your daily routine, either as a breakfast-based afternoon snack or evening treat, and progressively add muscle-supporting toppings like nut seeds or fresh fruit that enhance the cramping prevention benefits. Within your normal eating schedule, consider Greek yogurt as a versatile ingredient that can be used in both sweet and savory applications to boost your protein and calcium intake. The rewarding aspect is that Greek yogurt also supports digestive health through probiotics, which can improve nutrient absorption and overall well-being. And you'll realize that supporting your muscles often improves multiple aspects of your health simultaneously. Anyone who has struggled with persistent muscle soreness understands how important proper nutrition becomes for maintaining comfort and mobility. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Yet this pales in comparison to what follows. Superfood number 4, salmon for omega-3, anti-inflammatory power. This one is especially important because it addresses the hidden inflammation that makes muscle cramps more frequent and more painful in seniors. Most people focus on minerals, but ignore how inflammation amplifies muscle problems. Meet Janet and Gordon, both 75 years old and dealing with chronic muscle cramping. Janet takes anti-inflammatory medications that provide temporary relief but upset her stomach, while Gordon incorporates salmon into his meals twice per week and experiences steady improvement in both cramping frequency and muscle recovery. The difference lies in salmon's natural omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation at the cellular level without causing digestive side effects. Here's what Janet learned. Salmon provides EPA and DHA omega-3 fatty acids that specifically target the inflammatory pathways that make muscle tissue more susceptible to cramping and slower to heal after minor injuries. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that chronic inflammation increases muscle cramp frequency by 300% in adults over 70 by disrupting normal nerve signaling and muscle recovery processes. Scientists at the American College of Nutrition discovered that consuming omega-3 rich fish twice per week reduces inflammatory markers by up to 50%, while improving muscle tissue resilience and recovery speed. How do you know if inflammation is contributing to your muscle cramping problems? Look out for muscle cramps that are accompanied by unusual soreness or stiffness that persists for hours or days after the cramping episode. You may experience swelling or warmth in the affected muscles, or notice that your cramps seem more intense and longer-lasting than they used to be. You could also find that minor physical activities cause more muscle discomfort than they should, or experience general aches and pains throughout your body that seem unrelated to specific activities. Some people notice that their cramps are worse during times of stress or illness when inflammation levels naturally increase. These aren't just signs of overuse. They're indicators that inflammation is making your muscles more vulnerable to cramping and slower to recover. The positive news is that salmon provides one of the most effective natural anti-inflammatory treatments available, often producing noticeable improvements in muscle comfort within 2 to 3 weeks of regular consumption. Make your first move by incorporating a 4-ounce serving of salmon into your meals twice per week, and step-by-step explore different preparation methods like baking, grilling, or poaching that preserve the omega-3 content. Within your normal meal planning, consider salmon as a premium protein source that provides muscle-supporting benefits beyond what other proteins can offer. The satisfying result is that salmon often improves not just muscle health, but also joint comfort, skin quality, and cognitive function. And you'll experience how addressing inflammation creates widespread health improvements throughout your body. People who have discovered the anti-inflammatory power of omega-3 fatty acids can relate to the comprehensive relief that comes from addressing inflammation rather than just symptoms. But the following superfood is the most crucial. Superfood number 5, Tart cherry juice for natural muscle relaxation. Now, for the most important superfood. This one is particularly powerful because it contains natural compounds that work like prescription muscle relaxants, but without any side effects. Most people have never heard of Tart cherry juice's incredible ability to prevent muscle cramping. But what they don't realize is that it contains anthocyanins and melatonin that specifically target the muscle tension and sleep disruption that make cramping worse. Let me tell you about Darlene, 79 years old and suffering from severe nighttime muscle cramps that prevented her from getting restful sleep. Darlene had tried muscle relaxant medications, but they left her feeling groggy and confused the next day. Everything changed when Darlene's physical therapist suggested she try drinking 8 ounces of Tart cherry juice 2 hours before bedtime. What Darlene discovered was that Tart cherry juice contains natural compounds that relax muscle fibers while also promoting the deep sleep that muscles need for proper recovery and repair. Here's what Darlene discovered. Tart cherry juice provides anthocyanins that reduce muscle inflammation and natural melatonin that promotes the deep sleep stages when muscle repair occurs, creating a dual-action approach to cramp prevention that no other single food can match. Evidence from the University of Pennsylvania proves that Tart cherry juice reduces muscle soreness by 47% and improves sleep quality by 23% in adults over 65. Researchers have found that the natural melatonin in Tart cherries helps regulate the sleep cycles that are essential for muscle recovery, while the anthocyanins provide anti-inflammatory effects that prevent the tissue damage that makes muscles more prone to cramping. What should you watch for regarding the sleep-muscle connection that Tart cherry juice addresses? Be aware of muscle cramps that occur primarily during the night or early morning hours when your body should be in its deepest recovery phase. Common experiences include difficulty falling asleep due to muscle tension or restless legs, or waking up with muscle stiffness that takes time to work out. You might find yourself experiencing more cramps during periods of poor sleep or high stress when your natural recovery processes are disrupted. Some people notice that their muscles feel more tense and prone to cramping when they haven't been sleeping well, or experience a cycle where muscle pain disrupts sleep, which then makes muscles more vulnerable to cramping. These symptoms indicate that your muscles aren't getting the restorative sleep they need for proper function and repair. Here's the empowering truth. Tart cherry juice provides a completely natural solution that addresses both muscle relaxation and sleep quality, simultaneously often producing noticeable improvements within the first week of regular consumption. Start by drinking 8 ounces of pure Tart cherry juice 2 hours before bedtime to allow the natural compounds time to take effect, and gradually monitor how your sleep quality and muscle comfort improve together. Throughout your evening routine, consider Tart cherry juice as both a muscle therapy and sleep aid that works with your body's natural rhythms rather than against them. The beautiful part is that Tart cherry juice also provides antioxidants and vitamins that support overall health while specifically targeting the root causes of muscle cramping. And you can enjoy knowing that you're addressing multiple health concerns with one simple, natural solution. If you've ever felt trapped in a cycle of muscle pain disrupting your sleep and poor sleep making your muscles worse, you understand how revolutionary a natural solution like Tart cherry juice can be. This alone could transform your nights from painful and restless to comfortable and restorative. Final thoughts. Looking back, these 5 superfoods reveal that muscle cramp prevention isn't about suffering through pain or relying on medications with side effects. These discoveries are about nourishing your muscles with the specific nutrients they need to function properly and remain comfortable as you age. The good news is that every single one of these foods is affordable, accessible, and can be easily incorporated into meals you already enjoy. You're not powerless against muscle cramping. The choices you make about sweet potatoes, dark leafy greens, Greek yogurt, salmon, and Tart cherry juice can dramatically reduce your cramp frequency and intensity while improving your overall muscle health. If you've recognized nutritional gaps in your current diet, know that small changes in food choices can create significant improvements in muscle comfort and mobility. Tonight or today, choose one of these superfoods to incorporate into your routine, whether that's enjoying a baked sweet potato with dinner, adding spinach to your morning eggs, having Greek yogurt as an afternoon snack, planning salmon for this week's meals, or trying Tart cherry juice before bedtime. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to having you join us again in the next video.